In Gaza's Al Shifa Hospital, these infants are fighting for their life. We cannot show you the pictures of these innocent children, but we can definitely tell you that things will become increasingly difficult for them. 36 newborns were removed from incubators due to lack of electricity, fuel and oxygen in Gaza's largest hospital, out of which 3 died.
Currently, we have 36 units survived, which means we have lost 3 over the last 24 hours. Still a complex situation because yesterday at 1 o'clock in the morning, we lost the electricity connection. So even the AC on a heater mode didn't work, and then we have to try to cover them as much as we can. And this issue will keep happening again as long as the Israelis are not offering us proper way of delivering the petrol to Gaza.
The fate of dozens of premature babies that are no longer able to stay in the incubators due to power cut is uncertain. The Director General of Hospitals in the Palestinian Ministry of Health, Dr. Mohammed Zakhout, says that patients in Al Shifa must be rescued immediately.
We repeat our request and demand to our brothers in the Arab Republic of Egypt to move Egyptian ambulances immediately to Shifa Medical Complex and rescue the 650 injured patients, including 36 children in the neonatal intensive care department.
As per hospital manager Dr. Sarinia, negotiations are taking place with Israeli authorities to evacuate children and babies. Unfortunately, as of now, no agreement or consensus has been reached upon.
Now the babies are suffering due to low temperature. They are cold. They are also transmitting viruses to one another as they are close to each other. In terms of preparing milk, I no longer have the sterilization machine, so I am doing so using a basic method to prepare the milk, which can lead them to suffer from gastritis. And I told Dr. Mohammed that we can lose babies anytime. Because there is no way to prepare more milk, the situation is very hard. Babies, and since I used to have 39 babies, and since yesterday until today they have become 36. I have babies that weigh less than 1 or 1.5 kg. The situation is very hard.
Mark Regev, a senior advisor to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, said that Israel was offering practical solutions to them to evacuate babies, but it is Hamas that is not accepting the proposal. As per Israeli officials, they don't take the fuel that was offered for their generators. They don't support the movement of babies out in ambulances. So of course, they are stuck there because they want those terrible photographs. He also accused Hamas of turning the hospital into a war zone by building tunnels underneath it. Though Hamas denies using hospital for its operations, while doctors inside insist there is no Hamas presence there, but Israeli authorities feel that the civilian infrastructure has been merged with defense. It is extremely bad in Gaza Strip, and in context of Al Shifa, it's heart-wrenching. Let me quote the World Health Organization. In a report which has come out, the WHO has warned the world that Al Shifa Hospital is nearly turning into a cemetery, and Al Shifa Hospital's manager says that dogs have started to eat corpses, which means that they do not have the facility to store them properly. As per Al Shifa Dr. Muhammad Abu Salimia, there are about 150 dead bodies that are decomposing. The decomposition is taking place because you do not have enough energy to run your refrigeration plant so that the bodies can be stored properly. Now, there is no dignity in death. It's very evident.
So now in Shifa Hospital, they cannot deal with the dead bodies. There is a tenth of dead bodies back in the hospital. Stray dogs were seen attacking the dead bodies, so the dignity for dead people are lost now.
Israel accuses Hamas of operating a command and control center in tunnels underneath the hospital, which Hamas has denied. It also accuses Hamas, which governs the Gaza Strip, of preventing humanitarian solutions. The Hamas Health Ministry has said that there are at least 2,300 people still inside the hospital and up to 650 patients, 200 to 500 staff, and 1,000 plus people seeking shelter.
In Gaza, fighting around Al Shifa Hospital intensified over the weekend. In Al Shifa Hospital, critical infrastructure were damaged, including water tanks, oxygen stations, the cardiovascular facility, and the maternity ward. 3 nurses were also reported killed. Many of the people that were in the hospital have fled or tried to flee. Some have remained behind. It's very difficult for us to establish how many are still in the premises.
But the global community needs to do much more than this. They need to ensure that the civilians get out and Hamas remains cornered. I know it's a tough thing to do, but that's the only way out.
And the spokesperson of the WHO also said that the 600 people remain in hospital, while others are sheltering in the hallway. So situation is extremely bad. Al Shifa is metaphor, to me personally, of everything which has gone wrong in global affairs. Everything. To me, it's a metaphor. Al Shifa is not an event. Al Shifa is not a pause. Al Shifa is not a building. Al Shifa tells us how humanity has fallen off the grace.